On the IPO front, Turo, a company that filed originally back in 2022 and was dropping regular S1A filings, has given up. They've withdrawn, yes, today. They have pulled their IPO. It is over. They have walked away from the public markets. And
that's interesting. Didn't see that coming. This is Turo, T-U-R-O, the car company that you rent from.
Yeah.
You rent other people's cars. Airbnb of cars.
Yes.
It's
a good business.
They make a decent amount of money, right? They make $1 billion or more a year, right? Or they wouldn't have filed to go public.
So they grew from Q1 to Q3 of 2023. The last data we have, they had 666 million in revenue. That grew to 722 in the first 3 quarters of 2024.
Slow growth.
8.5%. So profitable.
Slow growth.
Slow growth. And I think right now the market just probably wasn't as excited about the company as they hoped. It's still worth, I mean, even if it's worth 1.5x trailing revenue, Jason, it's a $1 billion company. So shout out. But a disappointment there. And I would say a little bit of a negative signal for near-term IPOs.
Turo, there could be another piece to this. Sometimes people file to go public to initiate M&A. So what does that mean? Hey, you are considering buying my company and you haven't given me the right price. What do? I file to go public. I get priced by the public markets. I get a bunch of offers, and then people swoop in shortly before an IPO and buy something. So don't be surprised if Turo gets bought by Airbnb or Uber in the next 10 seconds. Yeah.
Airbnb would make so much sense to me, just frankly, from a personal use perspective. If I was flying to a city and I rented a room and they said, also here's your car, I mean, that just makes sense to me. So,
because if you think about it, this was the shared economy. And if you have a guest house and you got your old car, I was even thinking about this. I have the Model Y and I've put 40,000 miles on it, and I want to get the new one. There's a new one. They refreshed it finally. It's called the Juniper or something. So I'm definitely going to get that, and I'm going to upgrade. And I was like, do I upgrade or do I keep the old one? Because the resale value, the trade-in value might only be $20K on this car. So do I keep it? And I was like, wow, if this thing rented for $75 a day, and I rented it out 100 days a year, 200 days a year, I mean, I would basically have a free car. Now, I'm not going to do that because that would take work. But if you're at home and you want to become part of the FIRE movement, financial independence, retire early, this seems like a great light FIRE technique, which is keep your old cars, acquire old cars, bring them to cities like Austin or whatever during South by Southwest, or have them in Tahoe during ski season. I think this is a good way to make a living. This is a great way to make a living, as is running an Airbnb, because you could work for a couple of hours a day running these things. You could have 10 of these cars. I think the math makes sense. And as we see jobs go away, job displacement, if you're somebody who is an Uber driver and self-driving starts taking off, when some number of people are going to want to rent a car. When you can't take Ubers everywhere, that gets quite expensive. As I mentioned, and it's not, sometimes you have to wait. So this is actually a pretty good idea, I think, for new jobs. Being a shepherd and having a herd of cars that you rent out through Turo and Getaround, that's not a bad business. So I like the economy, sharing economy. I do think it should be a feature of Airbnb or Uber. Squarespace makes stunning professional websites ridiculously easy. It doesn't matter if you're just selling a product or a service. Maybe you're just sharing your ideas. Maybe you're an artist. Maybe you're a consultant. Squarespace is going to give you all the tools to make this happen. And as you know, Squarespace is always adding cutting edge features. This is why I've been using it for over a decade. And Squarespace is actually the longest running partner here on This Week in Startups, because every time I need a new feature, Squarespace adds it. And the new AI tools are unbelievable. They have one called Design Intelligence. It's like having a world-class designer sitting next to you in your office, and you just answer a couple of questions, and their AI builds you a fully customized site that's perfect for your brand, that's unique to you, and it does it in just minutes. personalized layouts, on-brand visuals, premium content. It's all ready to go. So start your year off strong at squarespace.com/twist for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/twist to get 10% off your first website or domain purchase. Squarespace.com/twist. Thank you to Squarespace for making such a great product that we use year after year at an affordable price. And we really appreciate your partnership.